world is really happening, YouTube. Tim here from the GrayScale podcast, where it's bigger than black and white. On this episode of GrayScale Clips from season 3, episode 1 of the GrayScale podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about these COVID vaccinations and what does that really mean? What do they really look like? Why are there so many? Etc., etc., etc. So, without further ado, with a little more further ado, hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you know when we put out some videos, like this video, do all that stuff for us. We really appreciate it. Let's get to the video right now. True that.
But while we talking government and talk, I did want to bring up these COVID vaccines.
Yeah.
Now I know we got some people watching. I want to know what y'all think for real, sincerely.
For real.
Like, so there's, if I'm not mistaken, there were 2 different vaccines out there. Pfizer had
right.
one.
Moderna
had another, and now Johnson and Johnson going through the FDA. Because they want their vaccine approved, saying that their vaccine works. Now check it, right? So I'm listening to the news, watching the news earlier. One of them ABC Nightly News, one of those. And they're talking about how Johnson and Johnson's COVID vaccine is 65%. Protects you against coronavirus. 100% effective after 28 days with the virus of not having anyone die. And I'm like, well, shit, if you survive 28 days already, anyway, that's another story. You don't understand what I'm saying? But anyway, my issue is, the world has this huge monumental problem. And I know money's always around something, but how do we have 3 different types of vaccines? And I just got to thinking, like, when you standing around a water cooler talking to somebody, hey, did you get your vaccine? Yeah, I got mine. Which one did you get? Or I got this one and this one. And then the study comes out, well, the people that got this vaccine,
it doesn't work against.
It didn't work against.
Right.
And the people that got this vaccine, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you got to get more vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you got a vaccine, but you're not.
Oh, you got this one.
You got this. You
that
got
one
the
doesn't work
kind.
against this thing,
right?
Or whatever.
So I'm just like, make it make sense to me, people.
It can't make
like
sense.
If we trying to save the world and get back to work, you know what I'm saying? How do you have 3 different vaccines? It's like the fork in the road,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Which way you gonna go? You got the fork in the road. I have a hard time wrapping my mind around it.
I wonder if the idea behind having different ones is that they're essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
But now they have 3 different facilities producing them and distributing to different areas because it's more efficient that way.
But they're not the same drug, though.
Okay.
Because they're not marketing them the same.
Right.
They're comparing them.
Right.
Saying that this drug has shown to be X amount more effective than this company's drug.
I'm with Jeff on this.
What'd he say?
How about trust the human immune system?
Man, I mean,
mine works pretty good.
That's pretty much what we get at.
Yeah.
But you understand, like they're like when I'm watching, that's what kind of threw me off, because if they were saying what you were just alluding to, that Pfizer's getting into the production game of producing the vaccine,
right?
The same type of vaccine, but they're going to produce it and get a cutoff for the distribution and production.
Right.
But no, Pfizer and its scientists, Pfizer and its scientists came up with their own vaccine.
Right.
Saying, oh no, our vaccine has shown to be, work. And they got them a few doctors that go up there and say, yeah, it works 65% of the time. Well, shit. So does my immune system.
Yeah, mine works. So far, my immune system's batting 1,000, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't died yet.
Like, for real.
You know what I'm saying? I've barely even been sick.
Like,
so my immune system, as far as and I know that everybody can't say that,
right?
But
this is
but
nuts.
mine works pretty good. So I don't know.
I know people are gonna argue and say, "Oh, you gotta have free market." Right now, though, we shouldn't be worried about the free market when we talking about trying to overcome unprecedented deadly disease that's affecting the whole world, not just America.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, we do free market, but there's other ways to get involved in that market than producing 3 different vaccines. Like, who's the closest to the true vaccination?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that just points to throwing darts at the board some more. How much stuff has the FDA let through on the market that has been pulled off the market? And
the FDA is one of the worst organizations in the world.
Corrupt organization.
They're the most ridiculous thing.
This is good to go.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. Everything it can be helpful.
Speaking of COVID,
but in moderation. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the FDA is nothing more but a board that, got degrees that say, hey, we're smart about
dollar bills. Yep.
And it's like, you're not that smart. You know what I'm saying?
They're not that smart.
Smart at manipulating. So, anyway.